Enough's enough. Why have we given up? Lost track of everything we love. Welcome back, everybody. God damn it. It is episode 82, I believe. I want to say, I don't know. We're live. It's just me today. Once again, it usually is once in a while we're gonna get Alex up in here when he has a chance, when he's free. So I don't know. I'll keep on hitting him up and just uh keep on hitting him up and just see when he's ever free. Before we get any further, though, welcome to the Get Geeked Podcast. Once again, it's episode 82. We're live here on Twitch, but if you're watching this on YouTube, please hit that like, please hit that subscribe, and tell a friend. We're still trying to grow. Took a back step back down to 68 subscribers, but whatever. We're still trying to get to 100 subscribers so that I could finally get that youtube.com/Get Geek Podcast. Man, I've been trying for 2 years to get to that point, but it's rough for a small person like me to, I don't know, reach out and get 100 subscribers. But I'm not gonna stop. We're gonna keep on chugging. We're gonna keep on going, and hopefully we reach there soon. Also, if you're watching here on Twitch, hit that follow. We also took a little step back for some weird reason. I was at 199 followers and then someone left. Now I'm back down to 198 followers. Trying to hit that 200 follower mark. And it'll be dope if we do. It'd be sick. Do you want to be that 200 follower? You know you do. So just do it. Come on. But yeah. With that all out of the way, there you go. Also, update on me. I am just in limbo, man. I don't know what's going on. I've was supposed to look for some place to live because everyone's kind of just leaving. So I was supposed to look for a place of my own, but now that's kind of like put on pause. No one knows really what's going on yet anymore. So and it was rough for me even trying because like all the good spots that I was looking for that I was trying to find, those spots just kept on getting taken right as soon as I took a tour and stuff. Like I would take a tour of a place, and then as soon as I hit the person up or the company up or whatever, the company that manages the complex or whatever, they would let me know like, oh, that place is gone, it's done, it's taken, rented, it's gone. So kept on hearing those. I was getting answers with that. So I'm like, what am I gonna do? I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But then I was told, well, situations kind of changed. They don't know when everyone's leaving or whatever. So just take a pause on that. So now I'm in a pause on that, and not just that. Over the weekend, oh my god, this month has been a little stressed for me, man. I don't know because I had all these plans. I have all these plans coming up. For one thing, my homie's funeral is coming up this Thursday, so I really wanted to go to that and pay my respects and stuff. And like it was Friday the 13th, and I don't want to be that superstitious person, but I felt like Friday the 13th had a little play on this because it is just like, I don't know, man. A lot of weird shit happened. But over the weekend, driving home from work, my car breaks down. I had to get it towed. There goes $100. Boom. And then I put it in the shop, find out today. And I guess it's kind of like my luck is kind of starting to turn because it's only gonna cost me $220 to get it fixed. So there we go. At least I don't have to find a new car. Just pay the $220 and boom, I'm back up and running. So let's just hope they fix everything that was wrong in my car so that I don't have to go back to the shop and stuff like that. I don't know. I just want my car back so I could be mobile and do the things that I need to do. But, there's that. That's the update. I'm just hoping I'm just hoping that my luck is turning around because it's just been a shitty month. A start for a shitty month. It's been a shitty year. I'm ready for 2022 to be over. Let's get to 2023 and see how bad that is. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know, man. Golly. I just got my head down, keep on chugging. But I do have. I've been deep diving on because I just need to up my stacking of my funds. So I actually been deep diving on this thing called KDP, which is like Amazon Kindle stuff, and like because the kind of only like main skill that I have right now is designing. I could design the shit out of anything like that. If I put my head and my brain into it, I could come up with the dopest looking shit. Like even at work when I'm designing cakes and stuff, I could throw down the most awesomest picture that I could think of. You know what I'm saying? Like I could do that shit. So my only main skills is my designing skills. So I'm like in my head, like while this is happening, while this whole thing is happening, because like I need to get more money, I need to save up more money and stuff like that, so I could just kind of just be like, you know, um, self sufficient. And I come upon this whole s- um sell notebooks that you design on Amazon Kindle, and the short term for it is KDP or whatever. I don't know. But what you do is you just design these notebooks, these writing notebooks, these or coloring books or sketchbooks or whatever. And all you got to do is design the cover, and then you put it onto the Amazon Kindle, and Amazon sells it for you, and then you get money off of that, right? And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, yo, this sounds like freaking that's the idea. Like that's what I should be doing. Like because I could come up with dope ass freaking covers, and I don't have to do the work behind it. Amazon does it for me, right? Like all I got to do is design the cover, put put the pages in, upload it to Amazon, and Amazon does it all for me. So that's kind of what I'm really banking on that. I've made a plan. I came up with a few ideas that I want to put together and design covers for. Throw it into the Amazon Kindle and just see what happens, because really there's not much you can do. I mean, you could pay for extra like advertising and stuff like that, but I don't know about that yet. I need to do a little bit more research into it. But um, I mean, I've been like researching like videos after videos, and then I was checking out like covers, like covers that other people's done, and how much they sell and how much they're selling it for, and what the profit it is, and like people are doing good shit like that. If you get one thing, or if you get just a couple or a few things that pop and people like love and they just like buy it, and then you could basically just make a living off of the passive income that comes from that, right? So I don't know. It sounds like a dope idea for the extra cash. Like I still do my job, and hopefully, if this works out, then get a little extra flow in from that. That'd be so perfect, and I would love that. So cross my fingers. Let's hope this works. I kind of did an outline plan of everything that I want to do on that. So we're gonna jump into that, and yeah, I'm just hope it all works out, right? I mean, I don't know what else. Like, why? Like, what's the bad thing of at least trying it? You know what I'm saying? Because if the worst case scenario is that I get nothing, like there's zero sales, right? Best case scenario is I get an extra 100 or 1,000 or whatever from it every month, and that'd be awesome. So so that's cool. Um, Other news, freaking crypto's tanking right now. So if you have extra cash flow that's just kicking it around, wait for that bottom, buy it up, and then wait for the pump again, right? I'm not a financial advisor, so please don't do what I'm saying. I'm just saying, but if you have the extra cash, hey, why not? You know what I'm saying? I kind of made a couple $100 just by doing that the other week. I saw Ethereum hit 1,700. bought in, and then it went up to 2,000 something, sold, made a couple $100, but and now it's kind of doing the same thing. So it might if it reaches that 1,700 mark again, I just might buy back in. But that's just me. Don't do it if you don't have the money to do it, okay? Um, but yeah, that's all the extra stuff that whatever stuff that I wanted to talk about. Hey, we got a viewer in here. What is up? Is that you, Clint? What up, though? If it's not, then what's up, brand new person or whoever else it is? Welcome. It's the live stream, Get Geeked Podcast, episode 82. There we go. I just got through going over all the other like whatever stuff that's been happening. But now I want to get into one of the main topics that I want to talk about. My review on Doctor Strange into the Multiverse of Madness. I thought this movie was freaking fire. Now, was it the best Marvel movie that's ever came out? No, not even close. But it was still a fire ass movie. Like, I freaking loved it. And I might be a little biased because I am a Sam Raimi fan. I've loved Evil Dead, Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness, even the Spider-Man movies that he directed and stuff like that, Like I love the stuff that he does. I love the style of his horror, his jump scares that he does all the time, his kind of campy like weird special effects that he does. Like I love that shit. And to me, I'm just like, he doesn't do enough, Like he doesn't do enough of the movies. I want to see more of it. And finally, Marvel was like, let's give him something to do. Let's give him Doctor Strange. And I was like, perfect. I can't wait to see it. And he delivered. At least for me, he delivered. I hear that a lot of people out there are a little disappointed in the movie because it didn't do the things that they wanted to see or do the things that they wanted him to do, or maybe they wanted to see more of the Sam Raimi style. But I was fine with what he gave. And because, I mean, he's working with Disney. Disney's not going to let him do everything that he wants to do. It's Disney. You know, like the guy came from campy horror. Like he's not going to be able to do the full potential stuff that he can do or that he wants to do. It's Disney. But it was enough to satisfy my Raimi needs, you know? And not just that, like I'm a fan of when some movies will just go and take a main character or like a special cameo character that you think is going to be important and just before I get into it, spoilers, a lot of spoilers. So if you haven't seen Doctor Strange 2 yet, you might want to tune out, come back later. I don't know when we get over it, but yeah, spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. Unless you don't care, cuz I didn't. I was watching all the reviews before I saw the movie. Still watched the movie, still loved it. But yeah, I'm a fan of movies where they'll take certain characters that you thought are going to be like a mainstay or a main character and just axe them out in the most craziest way ever, though. Like, not no cheap way, like, oh, I'm going to stab you, you're dead now. No. Like, the way these guys went out, these guys and gals, the way these guys and gals went out, it was fantastic. It was the Sam Raimi way. I loved it. Like, oh, I mean, you kind of have to see it. The best one I think is Black Bolt. The way Black Bolt got axed. Oof. Because the thing about Black Bolt is he holds back from talking because when he talks, it shoots out the craziest pitch out of his body that he could kill anyone with a whisper. Even with a whisper, it'll just like blow you into smithereens, right? And so when they're battling, and here's the thing is Scarlet Witch is the villain, of course. I mean, a lot of people predicted it, and I was agreeing with it. It has to be Scarlet Witch. Of course, Scarlet Witch is going to be the villain, and it turns out that she is. She's trying to capture America Chavez to take her power so that she could go through multiverses without having, without any difficulties, and because she wants to get to her kids. If you watch the WandaVision TV show, she magically made her kids in that show, but then the kids get ripped away because she has to undo the spell. So the kids that she created are now not there anymore. But for some weird reason, she not for some weird reason, but motherly things. She loves her kids, even though they were magically made. Um, but she finds out that she does have kids in a different multiverse. So she wants to figure out a way to get to this multiverse and get back to her kids, even though in that multiverse, those kids have a mom already, which is another version of her. Crazy, right? Watch the movie; it all works out. You kind of you understand it when you watch the movie. So while trying to hunt down Doctor Strange and America Chavez, she has to fight the Illuminati, which are crazy enough Professor X, Black Bolt, um, a different Captain Marvel, and a different Captain America. I mean, if you watch the What If series, it's Peggy Carter that becomes not Captain America, but Captain Britain. I guess she would be Captain. Yeah, Captain Britain. I don't know, Captain UK. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, her version of Captain America, and it's Maria Rambo that becomes Captain Marvel, and not Carol Danvers. I don't know, something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's been a week since I watched it. I can't remember. I have bad short term memory. But what are you gonna do? But yeah, so Black Bolt could kill anyone with his voice, and he's about to speak, but Wanda, the Scarlet Witch, goes, "How are you gonna speak with what mouth?" So Black Bolt's mouth disappears, and he speaks. So where does the vibration go? But straight back into his brain, and it blows out his skull. My God! You see his, because he's wearing this like leather like headgear thing, and you see it bulge out of the bulge out of his head, and then you see it collapse onto his head, and then he's dead. They also slice up Peggy Carter in half, but you don't really see it, but it's intel that she is sliced in half. I felt like the only kill shot that was kind of disappointing was Captain Marvel's kill shot, because she just dropped a pile of rubble on her. Like, how does that kill Captain Marvel? Captain Marvel's supposed to be like super strong, like so I don't think that would really kill her. Maybe she is still alive, she's playing dead, or just she's just hurt. um Professor X gets killed inside of his mind because he tries to get into her mind to get out the reason why Wanda, Scarlet Witch, is there is she possesses the multiverse version of herself and is basically controlling her. So Professor X is trying to get in there to cut the ties by releasing the actual multiverse version of her. But while he's trying to do that, Scarlet Witch gets into her brain, finds him, and breaks his neck. Pretty gruesome stuff, but pretty awesome stuff. I myself am a fan of that. It was amazing to watch. Not just that, but the visuals of the whole movie was freaking awesome. When in a battle, America Chavez freaks out, which is like the only way she could really, because she doesn't really know how to control her powers yet. So the only way that she can control her powers is by freaking out. And she opens up a portal and falls through it. Doctor Strange jumps and follows her, and basically they're falling through this whole different worlds of dimensions, and just that visual itself was just it was I don't know, it was top notch for me. You also witness like other versions of Doctor Strange. The first version you see as the movie opens is dies right away. Then you see like a sinister Doctor Strange at the end. That Doctor Strange, the original Doctor Strange and the sinister Doctor Strange has a fight, and they fight with music, which was like amazing to see. I thought that was cool. Um, and then he possesses the dead body from the beginning of the movie to try to fix everything. Like, I don't know. I'm not gonna go through the whole thing, but I don't know. To me, it was just fun. It was a fun, exciting, visually enjoying Marvel movie. The reason why it's not the best is because I felt like they took a lot of shortcuts. And a lot of the storyline, if you didn't watch, like it's not complete within itself. Like if you didn't see the other shows leading up to this and you don't know this whole multiverse thing already from watching like Loki and WandaVision and stuff, I feel like you might be lost in this story, in this movie. It You wouldn't be able to have the full capacity of enjoyment. But because I saw Loki and because I've seen WandaVision, I knew it, and it was more like it worked for me. Um, but yeah, I feel like the storyline was kind of lacking a little bit. Um, it was still fun though. Like the visuals made it fun. The storyline was a little lacking. The action was there, the thrill was there, the horror was there, the gore was there. Even though it was a Disney movie, it still had a little bit of gore that I enjoy. I liked it. I liked the gore that they put in there, even though it wasn't like full on gore like that I'm used to. But it was still fun to watch. And then where am I gonna go with this? There's things at the end. It's kind of why I feel like the movie is fire, because it sets up new th- it sets up the main event that I feel like they're gonna get to. Because you know how the first three phases led to the whole Endgame series, like Avengers Endgame, where they fight Thanos and stuff. I kind of think I know where they're heading with this, and there's a lot of theories out there that kind of proves it too. If you're a comic fan, there's a thing with the Avengers where they do Secret Wars, and the Secret Wars is kind of where Spider-Man gets his black suit and stuff, and all that good stuff. And it's where Avengers from one multiverse fights the Avengers from the other multiverse, and X-Men and the Avengers battle it out as well. And it was like it was a multitude of stories that just lead to this one big main event called Secret Wars. And with the way they ended this movie with the end credit scene, I believe that's where they're headed. I want to say that is exactly where they are headed, because I mean, you you bring out Clea and she tells Doctor Strange, "You create a cataclysm." I don't even know if I'm saying that word right. I can't really say it, but yeah, it's when two different worlds are merging, or and destroying themselves. Um, so he needs to go help her fix it. And it's crazy that they bring out Clea, because that's the is it the daughter of one of the big villains that are in the comics? I'm not sure if it's the daughter or if it's like the niece or something. I forget, but it's like it's one of those things. She's either the niece or daughter of one of the big major villains. So I feel like that's gonna come into play soon. Um, I'm pretty sure Kang's gonna come into play soon. I mean, because Reed Richards is now in the MCU, so the Fantastic Four is in there, and Kang originated as Reed Richards' son, and he says that Reed Richard is one of the cameos in the movie. So Mr. Fantastic is in the movie, and he says that he has a son. That son is gonna grow up to be Kang the Conqueror. So, he exists, right? That might have gone over a lot of people's head that doesn't know comics, but for us comic nerds and geeks that know about this, knows that's kind of where they're poking at. That's what they're going to. That's where they're headed. So Kang the Conqueror has something to do with this. Um, Secret Wars is gonna happen. Um, we're gonna get Mephisto soon, and I don't know all this other crazy good stuff. X-Men is gonna show up soon for sure. I mean, we just saw Professor X. There's no way they're not gonna do X-Men soon. I hear rumors of Fantastic Four being casted for and stuff like that. So that's in the works. I don't know what else is. I mean, there's a lot of other stuff that's coming up. Like Miss Marvel is already being shot and it's coming out soon. I don't know how they're gonna do this whole She-Hulk thing because She-Hulk thing. I felt like She-Hulk is a little bit of a satire on comics, and I don't know if that is gonna like integrate with this whole thing again. But I don't know, whatever. But Moon Knight just ended too, and there's a lot of stuff that like connects the two worlds. Loki is gonna have a second season, which should kind of like shine the light a little bit more on this whole like multiverse thing. So I can't wait. I mean, like the cool thing about the Doctor Strange 2 movie is that it sets up for a lot of the future. And I feel like that's what went over a lot of people's heads because if you actually paid attention to the movie and like just like and if you know comics and you watch the movie, you kind of see the setup. They're setting up the future. That's what I feel. I feel like that's what this movie was for. This movie was to set up the future because it's there setting it up. And if you really paid attention, you saw it being set up. And I feel like they were trying to do a little bit of that with like the other movies too, like the Eternals and stuff. Um, but that's like they're doing it like gradually, like teeny tiny, teeny bit, like because Eternals barely kind of went into this, but I don't know. But if you actually paid attention to the movie, it all connects and it's all headed towards a certain direction and it's there. It's headed towards Secret Wars. And for me, that's pretty exciting. I dig it. I love it. I can't wait because Secret Wars is just going to be one of those big things. Like, I was hyped when they did Civil War, and Civil War over delivered for me. It was an amazing movie. Captain America Civil War was freaking amazing. That's up there as one of the best Marvel movies that considered to me is one of the best Marvel movies. That's like top tier right there. Now, is Doctor Strange up there? I don't think so. I think it falls under top 5 for sure, but it's still a freaking good movie. And then the reason why it's still a good movie is good visual, good scenes, good action, and it sets up for the bigger event, right? I mean, without like all the other beginning phases movies, you can't get to Infinity War and Endgame. So I feel like this Doctor Strange is like the first Captain America or the first Iron Man, It's even though it's like a part 2 of Doctor Strange, it's like one of the first things for this new phases. So it's the start. It's it's the engine. It's the gun, it's the explosion that's happening. It's what's going to start it all. And it's showing you the path that they're going on. So, I don't know. It was a good movie. What do I rate it? I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 and a high 7 out of 10. I mean, because it could be a low 7 out of 10, but I feel like it's a high 7 out of 10. Um, it's a fun watch, good action, dope scenes, sick ass visuals. The only thing that it was lacking was in the storyline form. It could have been a little bit more, but it's good enough. It was kind of cookie cutter almost. And I feel like they kinda had to do that because they were dealing with the multiverse thing. Because when you deal like multiverse things, it could get really confusing. So they kinda had to dumb it down so that it was easy enough for like the dumbest person that to go watch a movie to be able to see and understand, you know? So I felt like it worked out, you know? I think like if you don't know anything about the multiverse, if you don't know anything about the multiverse, or if you don't know anything about comics, you can still watch the movie and still have a good time. They dumbed it down. They dumbed down the storyline enough so that you kind of get everything and understand everything, and the visuals is just good enough to see the action and everything is good enough. Like if you just go there and enjoy the visuals and action, I think it's well worth the money enough. So there you go, high 7 out of 10. Whereas like um Captain America Civil War, it's a 10 out of 10. Perfect movie for me, like straight up perfect. Endgame for me, even though people didn't like Endgame, people loved Infinity War a little better. Endgame for me is 10 out of 10. Same thing with Infinity War. Infinity War was 10 out of 10, there you go. Those are kind of like my barometers of the movie. So if you want to figure out why, watch those movies and then watch this movie, and you'll see why Doctor Strange 2 is a 7 and those other 3 movies are 10 out of 10. Yeah, there you go. Get it? Got it? Good. Now, let's get into my final review of Moon Knight. Think because I don't know if I do because I don't think I did a final review last time, but this is my final review. I saw all 6 episodes, and once again, I'm gonna reiterate because I kind of said it already on like my the past podcast. Hold on, let me just wet my lips. But yeah, I said it in the past podcast that watching Moon Knight episode for episode weekly was just not enjoyable. And I kind of like figured out why. Because they didn't do this or like okay, if you're a good like if the show is good, you could do kind of like a cliffhanger and the cliffhanger could be like, could make you like, "Oh, that was exciting." Like and the episode is the episode is fulfilling and it left you at this like clean enough cliffhanger to where like you feel fulfilled, but you're excited to see the next episode. They really didn't do that with this show. They just kind of just straight cut. So you're kind of more stuck with blue balls. And the episode wasn't fulfilling enough to feel like you're satisfied but excited to see the next episode. You're kind of just like, what the fuck? Give me the rest of the story, you know? So that that was kind of like that was what Moon Knight was when you're watching it weekly from episode to episode. But if you did it like me, because I did watch the first 3 episodes like that weekly, but then I was like, screw this. I'm just gonna wait until all 6 episodes comes out and I'm just gonna binge the whole thing, right? Now, when you do that, when you binge the whole thing, the story makes more sense. The way they shot it makes more sense. And it ends up being a really, really good show. And that's what it was. So, like, I don't know. I don't know who was like kind of directing it. I don't know who was storyboarding it. I felt like they were just cutting it off at the wrong points in time and they weren't making each episode fulfilling enough or satisfying enough so that it kind of stands on its own but connects, because that's what makes a really good show. What makes a good show is that if each episode is satisfying but also leaves you wanting more so that you keep on watching till the next episode, till the next episode, until the show itself is done. But with that said, though, when you watch the whole 6 episodes all together in a row, it's like one gigantic long movie, but it's a pretty satisfying movie because like you get everything that Moon Knight is. You see how they're interpreting the comics to the TV show. It makes a little bit more sense on what they're seeing and how everything's connected. And all of that. The only falter of it is I feel like they underpowered um these Egyptian gods. Like I felt like these Egyptian gods are just like whatevers. Like they could get beat up by any superhero. You know? You bring on Vision, bring on Ant-Man and Ant-Man. That's the other. If you could bring on Ant-Man and it feels like Ant-Man could beat the shit out of one of these Egyptian gods, you're not that powerful. Um, but that's just how it felt like. I felt like they really underpowered these Egyptian gods. But that's just one of the falters. Other than that, other than that, I felt like it was pretty good. The action is amazing. Um, the other one other criticism is that the way they did the multiple um the multiple what is it? What's the word that I'm trying to say? Personalities. Oh my god. My brain is running slow. But yeah, the way they interpreted the whole multiple personality disorder thing, um, I felt like you don't really understand it until you watch the whole episodes all together. As soon as you watch the whole episodes all together, then it makes more sense. Then you kind of get it until and also they explain it a lot more at like the last two episodes. And that's the other thing. I felt like they rushed this thing too much. I feel like if they gave this show 10 episodes, I think it would work a little bit better because then they could kind of they could have let everything breathe a little bit more and made each episode kind of more fulfilling and just satisfying. But I felt like they rushed it. 6 episodes is not enough for a show like this. It also at the end they kind of set up for a season 2. And so like because and here, the thing is in the beginning they were like, "Oh, this is a one-off, this is one and done." But no, there's no way because the way they ended this, there has to be a season 2. There cannot not be a season 2. There has to be a season 2. Because the thing is you come and find out that Moon Knight the in the beginning they're like, "Oh, there's 2 personalities." But no, turns out there's 3 personalities and they don't show the third personality. They kind of hint at him like earlier on the in a couple of the episodes, but at the end, you find out there's a third personality. And so like at the end, that's it. Like no way. We gotta dig into that. Like that's kind of like we want to see what happens with that. So there's got to be a season 2. There's no way that there's not. But am I gonna tune into it? Of course I'm going to. It's Moon Knight. Turns out the show itself is pretty cool as long as you watch it all together. um, the only the only thing that I hope for in when they do a season 2, I hope they give them a few more episodes and they do a more complete storyline episode almost. Like it doesn't have to be. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say because it doesn't have to be like complete, but just like satisfying. Like the episode itself needs to be satisfying. Like because the way they did it with this one, I wasn't like okay, like you have to watch like at least 3 episodes and then you're satisfied, and then you want to see more, and then you watch the other 3, and the way they ended, you're kind of satisfied but not really, and then because they left it in that cliffhanger, you're like, oh my god, there's got to be a season 2. Because the thing is, dude, if they don't do a freaking season 2, freaking Disney, Marvel, I'm gonna be pissed as fuck. All right, there's got to be a season 2. Give me the season 2. But yeah, so Moon Knight, first season of Moon Knight. At least I'm hoping it's the first season. There's got to be a season 2. Like I said, I'm not gonna say it again. But first season of Moon Knight, I'm gonna give it a high 6 out of 10. I mean, I want to love it. I want to give it a higher score, but just the way they shot it and the way they cut each episode, if they had just if they had just like dropped all 6 episodes at once, I probably would give it a higher score. In fact, I might have even given it went up all the way to 8 out of 10. But because they cut it the way they did and I had to wait till the end to binge it all and just trying to watch each first 3 episodes weekly to week, it just did not do it for me. But when it did all was done released and was able to binge all 6 episodes, then it was good. So But as a whole, as the whole show, I'm giving a high, like maybe even a 6.5, a high 6.5 out of 10. So it was a good show. If you don't have anything else to watch, if you're into Marvel, if you're into comics, you know about Moon Knight, give it a watch. It's actually pretty fun. Just make sure all the episodes are out. I mean, I'm pretty sure that it is now. I mean, because it is. So go binge it all, and it'll make sense, and it'll be a good watch. Trust. I liked it. I just wish they had done that all in the beginning. Nah, and I'm still trying to catch up on Ozarks. They all convinced me to watch it. I am at like the first 3 episodes of season 2, so there's 4 seasons. So I got to try to finish it. It's hard for me to find time right now, but I will soon. It is a slow going show, but I don't want to talk about it until I finish the whole thing. So I don't know how long that's going to take. It might be another like 3 or 4 episodes of my podcast until I finish it and I talk about it. But yeah, so that's ongoing. Other than that, I don't know. I just hope more other good nerdy geeky stuff comes out and I could talk about it. Gaming wise, I'm still playing Fortnite and Call of Duty. We did the whole they did the whole King Kong versus Godzilla thing. A lot of people were disappointed about it, but for me and my friends, I had a lot of fun. It was a fun time. I mean, yes, it is a little underwhelming, but it was a good fun time. I'm gonna be dropping some videos on that pretty soon on the YouTubes, so look out for that. Because we had like a 2 win in a row situation with some randos, me and Jason, aka the bearded man. We dropped in with some randos, and we ended up getting going 2 in a row with these randos. They were down to run it one more time. In fact, they were down to run it 3 more times, but, the guy's game crashed, during the 3rd game, and then his homie left also. So, it was just ended up being me and Jason just, duoing this game, and, um, it's kinda hard to do with just a duo. I feel like it's doable, but it is a little tough at the end. You kinda need the backup. So it's kind of a 4-man thing because on that same night we did get a 3rd win, but not until our homie Jay hopped on and we ran with the 3 of us and another Randall, and we won that game. And so but I mean the game, it's the mode itself is fun. A little bit underwhelming because you kind of wanted to see more. You kind of wanted to see the monsters fight and stuff like that, but you don't get any of that. But it was still fun. I don't know. To me, it was fun. Um, so I'll have video coming out on that. I also got some footage of a solo win finally in Rebirth Island, which I think that'll be the next video I'm gonna pop. I'm gonna probably do that and the King Kong versus Godzilla video at the same time, so that I'm not too late on because I'm already late on it. A lot of people already posted their King Kong versus Godzilla stuff, and I'm like the last one to do it. But whatever, I'm always late on everything, anyways. But I think that's it. I mean, that's pretty good for just being solo on this podcast. We went 44 minutes, close to an hour. What are you gonna do? But I think I'm just gonna end it there because I ran out of stuff to talk about. That, and also I need to go work out and then eat something, and then I gotta go pick up my car from the auto shop. So there you go. I have a busy full day ahead of me. Um, but with that said, though, once again, hit that like, hit that subscribe if you're watching this on the YouTubes, and if you are seeing this on my Twitch channel, please hit that follow. I'm still be the one to take me to 200. Be the 200 followers. You know you want to do it. Um, yeah. What else was I gonna say? Yeah, hit the follow. In fact, sub to my channel too. Um, my Twitch is twitch.tv/it's me Gabers. I'll have it. It'll be linked on the video. on the YouTube. The link will be underneath in the description. So if you want to find it, go there. Find me here. Go over to Twitch. Hit that follow. Hit that subscribe. Tell a friend. Come on, come hang out. I play games every weekend, so I stream every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. You'll catch me back on here a little later, probably doing some Warzone or Fortnite. Who knows? We're gonna try to figure it out, and we're just gonna play it. I'm also planning on maybe even playing some other games. I know Fall Guys is coming out for free soon on Epic, so you might see us playing some Fall Guys pretty soon. So there you go. You know, um, look forward to that, right? I also want to do like a solo game. I might try to find a solo game that I'll play on Mondays because all my homies are working and stuff on Mondays, and I have Mondays off. So maybe I'll find a solo game and I'll play that in the morning time or something like that. We'll figure it out. We'll see. But that's future stuff. So look forward to that. But with that said, though, much love and appreciation. Thank you guys for following. Thank you guys for being subscribers. And with that said, I bid you adieu, and we'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace.